Because if you've been following along, you know we're on a journey to fix that.
Voici Oliver James. À 33 ans, il a décidé d'affronter une très vieille peur et d'apprendre à lire. Il raconte sa progression sur TikTok.
Up to now, I always thought bickering was just something children did and that they outgrew it. I done read this about 5 times already and I'm still having trouble with it. But hey, that's what it is.
Oliver, comme 21% des adultes aux États-Unis, est en situation d'illettrisme, c'est-à-dire qu'il ne lit pas assez bien pour accomplir certaines tâches quotidiennes ou professionnelles.
I felt like I was only being able to go so far, and I could see people with so many gifts and talents and doing things, and I'm like, I could do that. But then I would always find myself being scared because I couldn't read. You didn't learn in high school, you're done. You can't learn anymore. You didn't go to college, you're done. You're not going to get a good job. That's kind of how the world kind of showed me. But at 30, I was like, I can't keep doing this. And that's when I started to realize, like, if I don't start reading, I won't be able to function as a 60-year-old.
Where do you think I had to go? The library. So I'm reading the Diary of Anne Frank. Right now we're on page 30. Dearest Kitty, I've deserted you for an entire month, but so little has happened.
À l'école primaire, Oliver souffrait de difficultés d'apprentissage et il était souvent exclu de la classe.
I was a kid who didn't know how to sit still. They didn't know how to teach me. They kind of treated me like as if I could not cooperate like any other kid in the class. It was like, you gotta go. And I remember I used to have to go straight to the principal's office. That was my schooling. I would walk straight into the principal's office and I would sit at a desk that would face a wall. And I was probably first or second grade around then.
Il a finalement été placé dans une classe spéciale pour les enfants atteints de troubles du comportement. Il raconte que les enseignants faisaient passer la discipline avant l'éducation et pratiquaient les châtiments corporels.
It was really hard for me to, think about school, reading, anything that had to do with school.
I couldn't understand it fully, but I knew it was different because everybody in this class was similar to me. They had these similar behaviors. The teaching went from talking to me and telling me, don't do that. Oliver, sit down. It went from that to slams and chokes. It was a normal school with a special class. I didn't know that. I knew it after they started putting hands on me. Then I knew I was like, this is different. They didn't do this at the last school when I didn't pay attention.
À 20 ans, Oliver s'est retrouvé en prison. Selon le département de la justice américain, au moins un quart des détenus adultes ont effectué une grande partie de leur scolarité dans des classes d'enseignement spécialisées.
And I thought for a long time, I blamed myself when I went to prison, but I realized I was like, my life was set up to go to prison. I got out of prison, I went back to doing the same things. I felt my life leading right back to going to prison. Like I was just like, and I'm not a prisoner, I'm not a criminal. I didn't want to be that. I realized that my life will not change unless I go read. So at 34 years old, I'm reading books like The Giving Tree.
Même s'il connaissait les bases de la lecture, Oliver n'était pas capable d'effectuer certaines tâches de la vie courante, comme remplir des formulaires ou répondre à des messages écrits.
I used to get a lot of anxiety going out to eat because I didn't know how to read menus. I would just get familiar foods if I have to.
I knew I had to always make these lies up my whole life. Everything I had to do, it had to be like a lie. I had to figure out how to get over so I can be right there with somebody. As long as I'm there, then everything would work out. So I did that with everything that you can name in my life, like filling out forms, like anything I had to do, I would always have somebody that would, take a liking to me. That I'm like, they're willing to give it to me, I'm gonna take it.
Aujourd'hui, Oliver partage son expérience avec ses milliers de followers sur TikTok.
And I sat in my van. I turned the camera on and I said,
"What's up? I can't read."
I even felt like sweating when I was saying it. And then I posted it. Boom. And then the response was immediate. The world told me I was stupid. I was in school. The world told me I wasn't going to amount to nothing. The world told me that if you don't know how to read, you're going to do this. They told me everything against what I felt. Because I realized once I gave myself that power, I started to understand I got to live as who I wanted to be.
We're reading Outsiders. I'm learning to read, and this is the second book. This one right here. Woo-wee. This one, I understand it.